This is the story of Chidinma, the girl everyone thought was perfect, the pastor's daughter, the pride of her parents. But behind her quiet smiles was a heart that longed for freedom. At home, she lived in a cage of rules. No makeup, no late nights, no friends outside church. Her life was planned, measured, controlled. But deep down, Chidinma was tired of pretending. The day she got admission into the university, everything changed. For the first time in her life, she was free. No wordful parents, no curfews, no endless Bible study to keep her in check. And so, the transformation. The shy church girl became the boldest girl on campus. She wore the makeup she was forbidden to touch. She danced at parties her parents never knew existed. Her wardrobe changed, her voice grew louder, her confidence sharper. Before long, Chidinma was no longer just the new girl. She was the hot girl, the baddie, the one everyone wanted to be or to be with. But the truth is, attention is a drug, and Chidinma was hooked. With every compliment, every stare, every invitation, she felt alive. But when the makeup came off at night, when the music faded and the lights went out, she felt empty, alone, like a mask without a face.
Began small, borrowing a touch of Kemi's lip gloss before class, rolling up the hem of her skirt just a little higher, leaving her scarf at the hostel. Each time, she felt a strange thrill, fear and excitement tangled together. Then came the party. Kemi had been begging her for weeks. "One night won't kill you. Just come. Nobody will know." At first, Chidinma refused. But that Friday, after a draining week of lectures, she surprised even herself by whispering, "Okay, but just for an hour." That night, Chidinma stepped into another world. The music pounded through the walls, heavy and intoxicating. Flashing lights washed over bodies that moved without shame. She felt her chest tighten. She wanted to run. But then Kemi dragged her into the crowd, laughing, spinning, her sequined top glittering under the light. For the first time in her life, Chidinma didn't feel like Sister Chidinma, the pastor's daughter. She felt alive. Then came Femi, final year student, handsome, rich, charming. He had the kind of confidence that made girls melt. And for Chidinma, he was everything she thought she needed. At first, he treated her like a queen. Expensive dates, designer gifts, sweet words that wrapped around her like silk. Chidinma thought she had found love.
But the double life was exhausting. On weekends, she still called her mother, speaking in her soft church girl voice. "Yes, Mama, I'm praying every night. Yes, Papa, I joined the campus fellowship." She wore long skirts when she traveled home, deleting her party pictures beforehand. The lies stacked up like a shaky tower, and Chidinma knew one day it would fall. It happened sooner than she expected. One Saturday night, dressed in a bodycon dress and heels too high for her comfort, Chidinma was dancing in a club, romancing and kissing Femi when a familiar face froze her mid-step. Brother Chike. He was one of her father's trusted church members, a quiet man who often led prayers during midweek services. And now here he was, staring at her in shock, his phone already in his hand. By Sunday evening, her mother's voice was breaking over the phone. "Dima, we saw the pictures. Tell me it's not you. Tell me it's not my daughter dressed like the children of the world." Her father didn't speak to her for days. When he finally called, his voice was like stone. "You are no longer the Chidinma I raised. If you continue like this, you will destroy your destiny. I will withdraw you from that school if you don't change." Chidinma arrived home that night, as she was commanded. The house that once felt warm now felt like a courtroom. Her father sat in the living room, Bible clutched tightly in his hand. Her mother's eyes were swollen from tears. On the table lay the printed picture, the lipstick, the boy, the drink, proof of the daughter they never thought they raised. Father, voice shaking with anger. Chidima, is this you? She opened her mouth, but no words came. Her hands trembled. Mother, sobbing. After all our prayers, after all our fasting, this is who you've become? The room grew colder with every word. Chidima tried to explain, but her father's voice thundered across the walls. Father, furious, you have brought shame upon this family, shame upon the church. Do you know how many people have seen this filth? At last, Chidima broke. Tears streamed down her face as she dropped to her knees. Chidima, crying, confessing, I'm sorry. I never wanted this life. I was tired of being perfect, tired of pretending. I just wanted to be free. Her words cut through the silence like a knife, but her parents' faces were stone. Father, coldly, pack your things. You are no longer welcome in this house. Mother, weakly, honey, please. Father, firm, no. If she wants to live like the world, let the world take her. With shaky hands, Chidima picked up her suitcase. The same house where she once knelt for evening prayers, she now left in disgrace. Her mother reached out, but her father turned his face away. At the door, drenched by rain, Chidima looked back one last time. Chidima whispered to herself, with tears but defiance, if this is the price of freedom, then let it be.
Chidima walked into the night, her suitcase heavy, her heart heavier. The girl who once lived under her parents' protection was now alone in the world. Days turned into weeks. Chidima threw herself deeper into the body life. Parties every night, photo shoots every morning, men who promised heaven but left her in pieces. For a while, she drowned her pain on glitter and flashing lights. To the world, she looked untouchable, but inside, she was falling apart. Chidima's world shattered. By the time she got back to school, her grades were slipping. Her so-called rich boyfriend had just dumped her for another girl. The friends she thought she had were busy chasing their own lives. For the first time since she became a baddie, she felt small, lost, and painfully alone. By the time a new semester began, Chidima was no longer just another girl on campus. She was a name, a face, a brand. The once shy, scarf-wearing daughter of church elders had transformed into the campus queen. She threw the hottest parties. Her Instagram account hit 20,000 followers, and every photo of her in designer clothes went viral within minutes. She made money from her new sponsors, who paid for her time, her body, and took her on trips. Chidima was now a big runs girl. She didn't care about anyone's opinion about her life. But fame always has a cost. One afternoon, in the lecture hall, her course lecturer called her to his office. The room was quiet. His eyes scanned her from head to toe before he spoke. Miss Chidima, I've noticed you hardly attend my classes, yet you expect to pass my course? Chidima swallowed hard, unsure of what to say. Then he leaned forward, lowering his voice. Don't worry. We can make arrangements. Either you pay with money or you pay in another way. Chidima smiled, knowing exactly what he wanted. But she remained silent. As she left his office, her smile remained for the world to see. But deep inside, fear was slowly creeping in. Because Chidima has learned that ruling the world of glitter and fame comes with shadows darker than she ever imagined. Later that evening, one of her rich sponsors pulled up in a sleek black car. He opened the door for her like a prize he owned. "Get in. You've kept me waiting too long." Students around whispered as she stepped inside. After the business of the night, whispers about Chidinma grew louder on campus. Some praised her, some envied her, others secretly prayed for her downfall. But none of it cut deeper than the poison brewing right beside her, in her own room. Kemi, her roommate, her friend, the girl who laughed with her, borrowed her makeup and followed her to parties. But behind the smile, jealousy was eating her alive. Kemi whispered to a friend, "She thinks she's the only hot babe here. Wait, I will humble her." While Chidinma was asleep, Kemi quietly unlocked her phone with a trick she had learned. She scrolled through private chats, saved voice notes, even copied pictures Chidinma had sworn never to post. And with one tap, she sent it all to a notorious gossip blog. By dawn, the campus was on fire. Her name was trending on WhatsApp statuses. Her photos spread like wildfire. Screenshots of her conversations with sponsors, videos of her wildest nights, all exposed. Student 1, mocking. "Ah, so the saint's daughter is nothing but a runs girl after all." Student 2, laughing. "Ha! And she was forming slay queen. Shame go kill her." Chidinma locked herself in the bathroom, tears burning down her face. The mirror no longer showed a queen. It showed a girl stripped bare, mocked and humiliated. Her phone buzzed non-stop, insults, laughter, rejection. And when she finally stumbled back into the room, Kemi sat calmly on her bed, scrolling, pretending innocence. "Chidinma," broken voice, trembling. "It was you, wasn't it? You did this to me." Kemi smirked, not even denying it. "Kemi," coldly, "you are shining too much. It was time someone dimmed your light." The betrayal cut deeper than any gossip. Her kingdom had crumbled. Her crown was gone. And for the first time since arriving on campus, Chidinma truly felt alone. But her fall had only just begun. Because when the crowd laughs, the sponsors vanish, and the ones you thought loved you disappear too. One night, after vomiting and crying in the hostel bathroom, she sat on the floor shaking, clutching her stomach. A sinking fear gripped her. Her period was late. Chidinma stared at the mirror, her trembling fingers touching her belly. She whispered, voice cracking, No, this can't be happening." And in that moment, the queen of the campus realized her fall was deeper than she ever imagined. Days turned into weeks. She hid the secret, buried it under makeup and fake smiles. But her body began to betray her. She grew weaker, moodier, and the whispers followed her everywhere. One afternoon, she heard a knock on her hostel door. She opened it and froze. Her mother's eyes were heavy with sorrow. She had heard the rumors, the scandals, the shame. "Mother," soft but broken, "Oma, what have you become? Is this what we raised you for?" Chidinma turned away, her pride clashing with her pain. Chidinma, angry, defensive. "You don't understand. You locked me up all my life. Now I finally lived." Mother, pleading. "Lived? Or destroyed yourself?" Tears spilled down her mother's face, but Chidinma's pride wouldn't let her bend. She slammed the door shut, cutting her off. That night, instead of facing the truth, she went to a party. The music was loud, the drinks kept flowing, and laughter drowned out her thoughts. But her body was weaker than her pride. In the middle of the dance floor, Chidinma clutched her stomach, pain shooting through her body. Blood stained her dress. She staggered, her vision blurring, then collapsed. The white hospital ceiling blurred above her. The smell of antiseptic filled her nostrils. Chidinma stared, her body weak, her lips dry. Slowly, she opened her eyes. And the first thing she saw, her mother, sitting by her bedside, clutching her hand, tears streaming down her cheeks. For the first time in months, her parents were in the same room with her. Her father stood by the window, his face stern, his eyes dark with anger, but also with pain. Mother, weeping, whispering, "My child, my baby, why didn't you listen?" Chidinma turned her head slowly, her voice weak, cracking. "Chidinma, horse, Mama, I don't know how to come back. I've gone too far." Her father finally moved closer, his voice heavy, trembling with both fury and regret. "Father, you shamed us. You shamed yourself. But you are still my daughter. The question is, will you rise again or keep falling?" Chidinma's chest heaved with silent sobs. Pride no longer shielded her. She was broken, bare, lost. As the night stretched on, she lay awake, staring at the ceiling. The voices of her sponsors, the laughter of her classmates, the tears of her mother all echoed in her mind. She whispered into the darkness. "Chidinma," faint, whispering, "God, if you can hear me, show me a way back." For the first time in a long time, the body mask was gone. No makeup, no glam, no crown. Just a girl at a crossroads between redemption and ruin.
When Chidinma got back on her feet, she made a promise to herself never to live such a terrible life. She became a lady with purpose. She was not shy, not churchy, but lived as a responsible and confident woman, which made her become an example for the society.